Welcome back to Fluent AF, the podcast where language, culture, and identity collide in 5 minutes or less. Today, we're stepping into the dream world, literally, because I realized something. 18 episodes in, 5 minutes each, and somehow Fluent AF has turned into this own little universe. I mean, I've talked about language and time, slang and mythology, accents and psychology, history and literature, travel and identity. And I didn't really plan that. It just happened. So call it the subconscious, call it the Sandman, call it the part of the brain that knows more than we do. But it hit me. This podcast has become its own dream logic, its own mythology. So today we're diving into the languages we dream in, the languages we wish we spoke, and the languages we lost along the way. So there's this idea in stories about the Sandman, the figure who walks between words and dreams, the one who shaped memory, time, and imagination. The one who reminds us that language is not just something we speak. It's something we feel. And if you think about it, language works like that. A whisper becomes a memory becomes a story becomes culture. We learn language long before we understand it. We absorb accents before we can talk. We feel meaning before we can name anything. Naming comes after knowing. Always. That's why humans don't just speak languages, we dream in them. So let me ask you the question I've been asking everyone this week. What language do you wish you spoke? And why? Most people don't answer with grammar. They answer with desire. Italian because life looks softer there. French because it feels romantic and intellectual at the same time. Japanese because it feels disciplined and spiritual. Arabic because it feels poetic and powerful. Portuguese because saudade is an emotion you just can't translate. Every language carries a fantasy, a lifestyle, a version of ourselves we want to try on. And fantasy tells you more about who you are than your passport ever could. And of course, because I'm from Miami, the answers were a little unhinged. I asked somebody and someone told me they wish they spoke Creole to keep up with their coworkers when everyone gets excited. Someone else said Portuguese because every Brazilian at the gym sounds like they know something you don't. Another person said Italian so they can yell dramatically at their boyfriend. So Miami is its own linguistic novela. Everyone here is multilingual even if they only speak English. But here's the deeper part. The language you wish you spoke isn't random. It's the language you think will unlock something in you. Confidence, belonging, memory. A version of yourself you haven't met yet. And then there's the other side of the question. What language do you wish you hadn't lost? The one your grandparents spoke. The one you understood but were afraid to answer in. The one school punished out of you. The one you grew out of. Or the one time took from you. The Sandman idea comes back here. Languages don't disappear. They wait. In the subconscious, in the breath between dreams, in the words we don't know how to say anymore. So here's the truth. We don't just dream in language, we dream towards it. We dream towards the people we want to be, the cultures we want to belong to, the memories we want to reclaim, the accents we wish we had, the stories we wish we could tell. And maybe that's why this podcast has become what it is. Not a language show, not a ego-driven example of multiple language speaking skills, but a map of how we think, how we feel, how we dream, how we remember. 18 episodes, 5 minutes each, and somehow we built a universe made of sound. A little Sandman, a little Miami, a little philosophy, a little slang, a little bit of all the languages we carry. So tell me, what language do you wish you spoke and why? Send me a voice note, DM me. I'm sharing your answers in the next episode. Until then, stay curious, stay multilingual, stay fluent AF. Dale.